Aloha everybody, we're at another episode of our concrete foundation pour. Number 3 rebar, which is 3/8 of an inch thickness. And here we have the depressed showers for the shower. And all the plumbing has been in. We've got our pest control, we put on our plastic. And we just got our inspection, and we've got a pocket door, a recessed pocket door here, so we have that formed out. We've got our lanais.
So what you see here is actually what's called bleeding, where the water actually comes to the surface. This we use as a sign for us to actually start Fresnoing and putting on the blue. Once the bleeding stops, then we Fresno again. At this point, we want to take it smooth and slow, thus maintaining the flatness. Basically, all we're doing is either getting rid of water or getting rid of the lines from the bow flow.
Okay, we had a little problem here. They didn't put enough stakes, and when they poured this, it actually pushed this out, and it wasn't a straight line anymore. So what we ended up doing is we ended up putting a board here to push the top and the bottom board. And this here is what you call turnbuckles. You put a board on it and then we straighten it out using the turnbuckles. Okay, once the bleeding stops, it gets hard. And then that's when we start hitting the edges. This is it right there.
Next, anchor bolts goes in. We make sure that the anchor bolts are the exact width that it needs to be. In this case, this is a 2x6 wall, so we put it about 3.5 inches. Or in a little bit, what happens is the slab and the edges have a tendency of dropping because of the bleeding. So what we do here is we actually add on just a tad bit of concrete on the edges just to kind of build it back up to the right height.
Press shower, and there we go. That's it. Try to keep it as even as possible and as level as possible.
Once we put the whirlybird on, I follow a pattern. My last pass is towards the left. I go down, I go back up. I overlap about 1/3 to 1/2 the width of the bird itself, and then I repeat that going down. Once I do that, I come back around the second pass and I go in the opposite direction, and thus repeating that same process that I do. In the same way, I go through the pipes. In the same way, I do just the normal slab. At the same time, everybody else will have to be working on the edges and curves, and also just the pipes going through. My last particular pass is actually going at a diagonal once I do my last pass, and what that does is it really shines up the slab. So I go at a diagonal using the same pattern, just like how you see here. Because the concrete hardens, I change the pitch on the blade. And in the same way you would use a normal trowel, because as it gets harder, the pitch on your trowel gets more at a slant or at a diagonal or at an angle. And that's the same way with the power trowel. You actually change the pitch on it. So here you see, as I am working with the power trowel, I also make sure that the pipes are cut down to the same height as the slab. Many times finishers will not get around the pipes, or they get stuck on something and they're unable to return back to the pipes, and they have to come the next day and grind it down. Here we have somebody with the sliders that went through and actually floated out and also finished the pipes around. Here you see the curbs is done. It's 1.25 inches, which separates the house with the lanai or the patio. As you can see here, nice, clean, and crisp with a nice soft broom finish. Once again, the pipes, we keep it nice, and also the back lanai, which in this case it will be tiled, but we still want to keep a nice finish on it because, you know, people look at it and you want to leave a good product for your customer. We've got the hardware that goes in, and we were able to kind of figure out and line up exactly where it needed to be by pulling a string line at the measurements that it needed to be at. And there you go.